What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining us for my second round of Criterion shopping. Of course, I got the man, the myth, the legend, Perry on along for the ride. We all love Perry to death. They didn't roll out the red carpet for us. I don't know what's going on with that. I got to talk to a manager or something. But yeah, you guys already know the deal. I don't really got to go into it. We're just gonna go right into this thing.
And look how beautiful, guys. Look how the selection.
Oh yeah, this stuff is way better than Criterion. I don't even know why I buy Criterion. By the way, I probably won't be picking up too much. Maybe only like 2 or 3 titles this time.
All right. After Hours 4K.
Oh, I do want to. Is there another one over there?
Yes.
4K too?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I think we brought it up a lot last fall.
I'm wearing the Martin Scorsese content today. One of my favorite movies, Goodfellas.
We're actually doing a movie night for After Hours in our Discord tonight. Speaking of the Discord, if you become a $5 patron to the Misfit Pond, you get access to the Discord. We do movie nights, we do film discussions.
I don't pay him to do this. Right?
It's all him. We promise.
We do film trivia as well. It's a lot of fun. You get to talk to Carlos, you get to talk to me, you get to talk to Blair about movies and all of our friends. It's a blast.
It sure is.
So,
it's awesome.
Worst person in the world. Last haul, if y'all watched it, I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember if I owned this yet, so I didn't buy it. But when I got home that day, I in fact do not own this, so I'm gonna put it in the pile for now.
Yep.
Really
tragic.
Really great film from Joachim Trier. I saw his other film, Oslo, August 31st, I think is what it's called. That film is really, really great, but it's super depressing. But it's still a really, really great film. We love a really great depressing film. So.
It's the best. Yeah.
So 2 films I gotta put in the maybe pile. Ollie here eats its soul. Eats the soul. So I watched Fox and His Friends, and I thought it was fantastic, and I love this one even more. I think this film is a masterpiece. And Fassbender, even though I've only seen 2 films from him, I can quickly see him becoming one of my favorite directors. And I also have to get both Travai. I have to add this to the maybe pile. I didn't like this film the first time I watched it, but I gave it a critical reappraisal recently, and I think this film is masterful. I mean, the cinematography, this has to be one of the best shot, one of the best directed films I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, man.
I just love the way it captures repression, particularly sexual repression. There's so much going on underneath the surface of these characters, and it just makes the ending so incredibly cathartic. This probably has one of the best endings I've ever seen in film.
Oh, man.
It's just perfect. I mean, I can't praise this film enough.
I think I remember you talking about it before, and I have to watch it. Sounds really good.
Give a quick shout out to the Discord for War and Peace. They are just high off this film right now. They will not shut up about it.
I mean, it looks really beautiful, the artwork.
I know Bill Griff just talked about this film in the podcast that I just uploaded for our top 5 dream criterions. This wasn't a dream criterion, it's already on Criterion, but it was on our most overlooked criterion segment. And he really, really loves this film. Everybody in the Discord really, really loves this film. Only problem is that it's 422 minutes long, which is probably stopping a lot of people from watching it.
Was this the one that was really, really long?
Yes, and insanely long. But I hear every minute is worth it, and it's never boring. So one of these days I have to watch it. It just seems like something I would also really love.
Okay.
So yeah,
Sounds
I'm
great.
not going to buy it because there's too many films that I have seen that I want to buy, so I can't get any blind buys this time.
Well, it's funny because Bill told me to blind buy it, and I'm like, come on, you don't know how I feel about blind buying. Come on.
Here's Triangle of Sadness 4K.
There's that one.
I kind of have to go easy on the 4Ks though.
That's my thing, is I have to pick
They're more
and choose
expensive.
which 4Ks to get.
I put it in the pile for now though.
Oh, I just gave this a critical reappraisal because I liked it fine the first time I watched it, but I think this film is fantastic. And Jarmusch, we didn't start off in the best place with The Dead Don't Die. I hate that movie, but I'm coming to admire him more and more as a filmmaker. It's honestly a toss-up of what my favorite Jarmusch film is at this point. It's either Ghost Dog, Patterson, or Dead Man. To me, they're all 9 out of 10 movies.
Oh. I'm excited. I would like to see that one. I'm pretty sure you've watched it already.
Carlos hasn't seen Ghost Dog.
Oh, he hasn't? Oh.
No, I haven't seen Ghost Dog.
Let me move off to the side here.
I hear Ghost Dog's really good though. If I see a Satyajit Ray film, I might actually blind buy something from him because I just love him as like I've only seen 2 films from him, but I just feel like he's gonna be from the 2 films that I have seen from him. I feel like he's gonna be like probably at least in my top 3 favorite filmmakers of all time. That's how much I really love his style of filmmaking.
It's quite subtle, and I also appreciate it
It's
too.
really powerful.
I have to put Lost Highway in the maybe pile. I made the mistake. I don't like binge watching directors' filmographies. I think you need to watch one of their pieces and kind of let it settle before you just start another one.
Yeah.
And when I watched Lost Highway, I was watching a lot of David Lynch at the time, and I think that's why this one didn't connect to me. We recently rewatched it for a movie night, and I think this film is a masterpiece. It's hard to say like where I would rank it in my Lynch ranking because he's got like at least 5 or 6 10 out of 10 films in my opinion. My favorite's obviously Mulholland Drive, and then my second favorite would be Inland Empire. This is definitely up there for me. I don't know why I didn't connect to this film the first time I watched it. I can't explain why. Like I said, it's just a bad idea to binge filmmakers. Discography, their filmography, because by the time I got to Lost Highway, it's like Lynch was becoming a victim of his own style, because you start to see like the stylistic similarities between their films, and it kind of lessens the experience for me when you like watch them all back to back.
I would have to strongly agree with that. Yeah, I think we kind of did that a little bit where we were just like watching
A bunch of films.
so we were like,
I think we kind of did that a little bit with Lars von Trier.
maybe.
I did that with Bergman, and that I just remember being really depressed that month. And then, of course, his early stuff is kind of rough. Early Bergman stuff can be pretty boring, not gonna lie. Because he didn't really like find himself as a filmmaker until he made like Smiles of a Summer Night, which is weird because that's a romantic comedy and that's not what he's known for, but that was like his first great film.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I like how I literally started talking about Lynch and then I switched over to Bergman. It always goes back to Bergman.
That comes full circle back to Bergman.
He's really talented though. I would have to say Bergman's technique pretty good, because I'm just like, I don't know the camera.
Medicine for Melancholy is a film I want to shout out. I haven't seen this one, but it's a Barry Jenkins film. It's one of his earlier films, if not his first actual film. I just love him as a filmmaker. I've seen Moonlight, obviously, which I think is one of the absolute greatest films ever made. And then If Beale Street Could Talk, I think is an extremely overlooked film. People don't really talk about that movie, but it really deserves a lot more praise because I think that film's absolutely beautiful as well. So I'm really interested to see this one. I'm not going to blind buy it, but I just want people to know that it exists. And it's probably really good.
So please acknowledge it.
Oh, no.
What?
So I picked up The Lure, but the problem is the disc is loose inside the cave.
Oh, do you like that movie?
I just gave this a critical reappraisal. Shout out to Charlotte for recommending this film to me.
Charlotte.
At the first time I watched it, I didn't like it, but I actually think it's a great film. Not only does it work as a very just a fun musical with this kind of half glam, half gothic aesthetic. It's kind of, it really is a great film about exploitation, so it kind of works on multiple levels. Like on one level it's just a fun genre piece, but on another like more thematic deep level I think it's just a great feminist piece. It's just a great film in general. I can definitely see it not being everyone's cup of tea, but personally I love it. I think it's
I mean, it looks interesting. It looks quirky, I will have to say.
Yeah, I don't see Carlos really digging this one personally.
We have similar tastes.
But I do love this film.
I do want to say...
but it looks like a fun watch, though. For sure, still.
This one right here,
Yes.
All That Heaven Allows, is a lot like the one that Perry picked up called Ali Fear Eats the Soul. They're similar in the sense that...
They deal with the age gap.
There's a big age gap between the man and the woman.
Yeah.
Except with Ali, they kind of have a racial spin to it that dives into a lot of societal and racial commentary in Germany at the time.
Yeah.
I think
Like
honestly,
that?
I think I like Ali Fear Eats the Soul a little bit better than this one, but this one's still pretty good too. I enjoy this one quite a bit.
It's
That's
tough
cool.
for me because they're both like masterpieces.
I should put this in the pile because I do really like it.
Oh, I bought that during the flash sale. I gotta put this in the maybe pile. I had the privilege of seeing this on the big screen. Literally my first time watching the film. I just knew it was Ridley Scott and I knew it was a critically acclaimed movie. this is really great. And I'm not the biggest Ridley Scott fan, but like this to me stands out in his filmography, along with films like Blade Runner and Alien. Like, say what you want about what Ridley Scott like later became in his career, at least he made some of the most remarkable films in American cinema, like Alien, like Blade Runner, and this is excellent as well.
I gotta watch that one for sure then.
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed I've been getting into road movies lately.
I like that.
Like Badlands, The Doom Generation, Thelma and Louise. I love all those movies. I just love road movies in general, I think.
I would agree. For some reason, it calls at my heart, so I would like to watch all of those films you just said, if I haven't watched them already.
I do want to shout out this film real quick.
Yes.
I'm shouting a lot of films that I haven't seen for some reason.
It's just fun.
But this is a film called The Cranes Are Flying, and this is directed by the same guy that directed Soy Cuba, and Soy Cuba is like a really excellent film. I mean, technically, it's like communist propaganda. It is basically communist propaganda.
I'll give you that.
But
guys.
it's still like a beautifully directed, made film, and it's just, I mean, in terms of like the cinematography and the message and the way that it expresses its message, I think it's just really, really well done. It's definitely like on an expert level of filmmaking. And The Cranes Are Flying, I heard, is a more like abstract piece, but just because I love I love the other thing that I saw from the same director, I'm really interested in checking out this film as well.
I think I would like it as well because I've watched his other one.
And I love the title. The Cranes Are Flying is a really interesting title as well.
I thought as well that too.
I still haven't seen the rules of the game. I would just like to say the original Blu-ray cover is much better than the 4K Blu-ray cover, in my opinion. I think they kind of downgraded with this cover. I'm still excited to check out Rules of the Game, though. It seems like my cup of tea.
Yeah, this is a film that...
Oh, yeah, I remember this one.
The first time I watched it, I really liked the first half, but I really wasn't a fan of the second half, so therefore I just didn't care for the film that much. But the second time around, I really came around to it, and I still like the first half more than the second half, but the second half to me is still really, really good.
Yeah.
So I might actually get this film now.
Cool. I mean, I felt like they were, obviously, I know you know that they were purposely going for that kind of feeling. They're like, yeah, we're going to give you the high real quick, you're going to get it, and then you're going to have to sit through,
but the low
sit through the rest.
But the low is still good.
Yeah.
In its own way.
It's just a really interesting way of layering your film. Cool.
This is a great film. The first time I watched it, I didn't really like it. The humor just didn't resonate with me, and I found the music to be incredibly saccharine. Like, I hated the soundtrack. I honestly still do hate the soundtrack, but I do think this is a hilarious movie, and I can see why a lot of people said the humor hasn't aged well, but you gotta think this movie came out in a time where, like, you know, the differences between men and women, you don't see that like talked about in like a lot of like mainstream like Hollywood movies, and it's just a great script. It really is a great screenplay, because I think the screenplay kind of shines a lot. It's really a movie you go into for the script, the screenplay and the acting. Not that the direction isn't bad, but it to me it's more in the dialogue and the acting that really makes the movie. It is a great film though, and
That's neat.
Dustin Hoffman, I mean, he's been in a lot of great films, so it's hard to say like what my favorite Dustin Hoffman's performance is, but this would probably be up there.
Cool.
Have you ever seen
Very
Dress
cool.
to Kill, Perry?
No, I haven't.
You haven't seen this movie yet?
Okay,
The What to Kill?
Let's do this.
And Perry has seen a lot, so you know.
Carlos, have you seen La Strada?
Yeah.
Have you seen La Strada?
I have
Hey
not.
guys, he has not.
It's one of the greatest films ever made, and it's by Fellini, one of the greatest filmmakers.
Okay, but Brian De Palma? I'm just kidding.
But Fellini, though.
No.
Oh,
I didn't
no
get to
joke,
see it.
though, Blair and I actually got to watch La Strada on the big screen. It was amazing. One of the best theater experiences
Oh yeah, I
ever.
remember. Y'all talking about that one.
Carlos, have you seen Jules and Jim? Jules and Jim by Francois Truffaut. Have you seen this film?
You know the
Look,
whole comment section.
The reason why I questioned you is because you watch everything. So the fact that you haven't watched Dress to Kill, I'm like, but you're the guy that watches everything.
Ugh.
Good
You're the guy with the channel. Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. Boom.
Carl's like,
I am also a filmmaker.
what does that have to do with anything? Oh, there's some here. I did not know that. At the black wall of shame here.
I have to add this into the maybe.
Yeah.
So obviously Humphrey Bogart, the best film he was ever in is Casablanca, one of the greatest films ever made. But in terms of his best performance, just looking at the best Humphrey Bogart performance, I have to pick And a Lonely Place. This is an excellent noir, and I feel like people that aren't even that huge on noirs, I could recommend this film to, and they would really enjoy it.
That's the one I need to watch.
He's incredibly volatile in this film. One second, he's just really, like, calm and collected, and next second, it's like, this guy is going to kill me. It's really, like, terrifying to watch how he just kind of switches it on a dime like that.
I love performances like that.
Yeah, he's brilliant in the film. It really, and Nicholas Ray, I really want to get more into his stuff. Like, I love Rebel Without a Cause. I really want to watch They Live by Night and Bigger Than Life, which Jake was actually just talking about on the Criterion podcast that Carlos mentioned earlier. He was mentioning Bigger Than Life, and I really want to see that film. But this is brilliant. I love this.
Gotta give that one a go.
Ever seen Failsafe, Bear?
No, have you seen A Lonely Place? We can do this all day.
Okay, though, but
it's true though.
Sidney Lumet. Come on, dude. Sidney Lumet, the director and writer. Nicholas Ray.
Yeah, I mean that one.
Are we going to compare Nicholas Ray to Sidney Lumet? Come on, bro.
He's like, yeah, whatever.
In all sincerity, this is a film that is overlooked, in my opinion, and people really got to watch Failsafe. I actually have a whole review for this. I believe it was Tomas that requested it to me. I really thank him for that, because that movie is incredible. It's really good.
Ooh,
cool.
I have to put... Don't tell me. Dude, I think the disc is loose and that's why.
You slightly moved and it was like kink.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to shout it out anyway. Shaft. I really need to get into blaxploitation because it's a huge blind spot for me. But we just talked about this in the Discord. This is a great film. I mean, Richard Roundtree was just born to play this role. He's so incredibly charismatic. This has like one of the best theme songs I've ever heard in film. I love the soundtrack to this movie. And the action in the film is a lot of fun, but even between like the action, the dialogue's just really like fast-paced, very compelling. It's just a
cover shows
great
that too,
film. Yeah. Oh, I love this cover.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I feel like people when they think of blaxploitation, they just kind of think cheap B movies. But I mean, Shaft really rises above like that stigma. It is a great film.
I appreciate the films that do that with minorities.
That is loose in
yeah.
the case. That sucks. Okay, I have to shout out Ryan because he recommended this film to me, and I'll be honest, the first time I really didn't like it. It gave me a headache. Maybe I just wasn't in the right mood for it. I try not to let like the mood I'm in like affect how I view a film, but I've noticed that's become more difficult as I've gotten older.
Which is understandable. I mean, it's difficult to do that, honestly.
Yeah. But this is an excellent film. I just gave it a critical reappraisal not too long ago. It's just a very well done musical about identity.
Sure is.
And I'm sorry.
No, I'm
got something, huh?
Okay.
I'll go after you.
But I really do have to thank Ryan for this one because this is an excellent film and I have to get this. Like, this is not a maybe, this is a must. And I really... This film didn't have a huge budget, so it reuses a lot of the same set for like its locations, and I actually really like how that's done because a lot of the performances are shot on the same set, and it just kind of uses a title card and says, hey, we're in this city, even though you know it's the same set.
It's very cute and quirky.
That was one film that I enjoyed on my first watch, and I just thought it was such an entertaining fun, but yet like a really sincere movie.
Yeah.
That has a lot of important things to say. So I
Yeah.
also shout out to Ryan. I finally
Yes.
pulled the trigger on that in the last haul, and it's a
I
really great
know.
film.
It's really going to stand the test of time. I truly
Yeah.
believe
Yes.
that. And I'm glad to see it get an afterlife in the Criterion collection.
Yeah.
And the soundtrack is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I really love the soundtrack to this film. I know.
An original soundtrack too,
Yeah.
basically.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's very creative.
Probably like top 5 movie soundtracks for me personally.
Oh, I love that one. So
Also-
thank you, Rye.
This is a film. I know I said I wasn't gonna blind buy anything,
Yeah, what you
but it's really hard to not want to
no.
blind buy a Charlie Chaplin film.
Oh,
Modern Times. This is a film I hear just so many great things about.
Really?
I have a review on City Lights. That was my first Chaplin film, period, and I love that. I think it was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's a hilarious film that uses slapstick in such a clever and risky way.
Yeah.
And it's just, and that film was also really wholesome. I mean, it has one of the most wholesome endings that just makes you want to cry. And I hear Modern Times is again just another
No different,
masterful Charlie Chaplin classic. And you know, I have nothing but trust in Chaplin at this point. So I'm not gonna 100% say I'm gonna buy this, but it's up there as a very
Yeah.
strong possibility.
That's a
It's a
great
good
film.
one.
That was actually my first Chaplin movie.
Oh, this was your first one?
Yeah.
Oh, snap, dude.
Wonderful. I've heard just wonderful things
Yeah.
on his film. So
I was holding the Shaft Blu-ray earlier. I forgot it had a Shaft 4K, but like I said, the Shaft 4K is loose in the case, so I'm probably not gonna get that.
shaky in there, guys.
I have to shout out. I have to
Yeah.
put this in the maybe pile. One of my favorite
Oh, yeah.
documentaries of all time, Paris is Burning. We just did this for a movie night.
Yeah, I think
and
Blair was talking about that one.
she hasn't seen it yet, and I hope she watches it soon because this is one of the greatest documentaries ever made. It took like literally years to make this documentary to compile all the interviews, and it's only an hour and some change. Like, it really won't take up a lot of your time, and it just from like a filmmaking perspective, and a lot of the interviews are just so incredibly like compelling, and how it kind of takes you into the world of the whole ball culture, and how it was so important and impactful to people's lives who felt like they were kind of overlooked in our society because of course they just being
The minorities of
obviously being part of the LGBT
Yeah.
plus community, like obviously how they were treated in how they're treated in our society,
and still now. So
and
that's
still
why,
now, and just the fact that you get to see them like come together and
That's beautiful.
put on the immerse themselves in the ball culture and actually feel like
They are part
like
of
they
something.
belong.
Yeah, that's
it
wonderful.
really is. Sorry, like I'm really nervous when we shoot these videos.
Oh no, you're fine. You're doing great. Trust me. I think Blair has said similar things about it too, and I was like, I have to see this. I don't know if she got this one.
I don't know if she did, but
Yeah.
it's extremely quotable too. Like this film is
Oh.
filled with like so many quotes
Famous quotes.
that you'll hear in like pop culture and whatnot.
Oh, that's neat. I do want to see that one.
So again,
Yeah.
I know I said I wasn't gonna blind buy,
Oh my God! Did
but
you
we
grab
got
another one?
incredible
is it?
possible blind buy.
We got it.
Tokyo Story from
Yes.
Ozu.
Very like
Yeah.
he's done well.
Carlos, I'm proud.
I mean, I've only seen 2 Ozu films. I've seen Good Morning and Late Spring. Good Morning, really great film, but Late Spring is an absolute masterpiece. Also have a video on that if you want to check that out. But Tokyo Story was ranked like I think it was in the top 5 greatest films ever made in the Sights and Sound list, or if it was not in top 5, it was close to it. And since I love Late Spring so much, I just know that I need to watch more Ozu. And Tokyo Story just seems like the obvious next choice. So
I'm interested. Yes.
I need to. Oh man, it's gonna be tough,
Always.
but I'll put it in the pile. It's a really strong possibility here.
Yeah,
Do you know
strong,
what
strong.
Tokyo
maybe.
Story is a remake of?
No.
Also in the Criterion Collection, Make Way for Tomorrow. Leo McCarey.
Oh, I don't know.
I definitely recommend Tokyo Story, and you also got to watch Make Way for Tomorrow.
Which one do you prefer out of the 2?
This might be a hot take, But I actually prefer Make Way for Tomorrow. But who knows? Maybe I'll feel differently when I both watch them again.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Okay. By the way, Ghost World's amazing. I know I talked about it already,
Yes.
but this movie is just
yeah.
so quirky and funny in the best way possible. I love the ending to this film too. I think it's an ending that's ambiguous and up to it's up for people to decide what they kind of got out of it. Yeah, this is just a really fun movie to watch, but again, also has like some serious layers to it.
Yeah. Subtle.
Yeah, and again, it's like a movie about finding who you are and what your place in life is going to be after high school, which I know is like a really existential crisis for a lot of people. So, yeah.
Not bashing or anything, but
Not a Criterion, but I have to shout out my favorite band of all time, the Smiths. I wish they had The Queen is Dead, but that's my favorite Smiths album. But this is also great.
Peak hipster core.
I have heard some.
On.
I have heard some of his music, and I do like it's vibey,
Not to marry me.
Stop giving Perry a hard time.
I just wanted to shout out the Smiths, and this is what
That's what Carlos likes to do. He likes to jab at everybody.
No, but the Smiths is a good band though. They are.
I don't know about now.
Put it back down. I feel
This is the Frozen thing all over again, Carlos.
For the record, my favorite song on this album is Last Night I Dreamt That Somebody Loved Me.
Aww.
Just saying, that's my favorite song from the album. Have
Guys.
you seen Targets?
No, here it's really good though.
It's great. I don't think I'm going to get it this sale. They even have Petite Maman.
Oh, that one's great.
Oh, you don't own that yet?
No, I don't.
That movie's fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah, I know. And it's
Pointed
got
like
Life
that.
of-
Like he
Life
doesn't
of a
know.
Zucchini. Life of a Zucchini.
Yeah, I thought you didn't like that film that much.
I like it. I'm not in love with it.
Oh, is that cute one?
My Life as a Zucchini.
Oh,
Love that movie.
That was so sweet.
I love Portrait of a Lady on Fire as well. And obviously Petite Maman is amazing, so.
It sure is.
I don't want to pick up too much because I know I'm going to be putting a lot of this stuff back.
Servant, yes.
Servant is great.
Oh, yeah. I have not seen.
Malcolm X is a fantastic biopic film. So this is my second favorite Spike Lee film, behind obviously Do the Right Thing. Do the Right Thing is just so amazing, but this is also just like a brilliant way to explore the complex life of Malcolm X. And I just think Spike Lee had a really, really difficult job making this film. So much pressure on not only like the production and budget of the film, but just of how he's going to portray this. To a lot of people, controversial figure in our history, and I just think he knocked it out of the park in the way that he did it. So
He sure
I'd put this
did.
in the pile for now.
Oh, okay, maybe.
Oh, you don't own it already?
Nope.
That's actually my favorite Spike Lee film.
Oh, you like this more than Do the Right Thing?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I think they're both masterpieces, but I slightly have to give the edge to Malcolm X. Denzel Washington is a fantastic actor with plenty of great performances in his illustrious career, but I think Malcolm X to me is his defining role. I don't know if I'm allowed.
Might have to.
I think that's his best
I
performance.
Agree.
think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
It's definitely his most demanding, probably.
Yeah, and like you said in one of your previous haul videos, I think it's like it perfectly like captures what a biopic should be. It just kind of portrays a person as honestly and as unbiased as possible, as opposed to kind of make them out to be some Christ-like figure. Just he wasn't a perfect person, but he was a very important person in American history.
Yeah, I will say though, in Malcolm X, Spike Lee kind of does his thing where in the end of the film he kind of just has to. I don't want to say he just like completely like preached to the audience of what they should think of Malcolm X, but he does do that thing where he kind of has to give back. He kind of has to, in a way, influence how he feels about Malcolm X in a certain way.
I figured that was his old shtick always.
I didn't mind that personally.
That's fair.
Artist, the artist thing to do.
I think we're done here.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's pick a.
Are we gonna now
let's pick a
search
spot.
for a
Let's go back.
surface?
The thing is, I feel awkward talking about Criterions because they're like in the front of the store.
Yeah.
People are walking in.
They're all looking at you like, what's happening?
People are like, look at these assholes.
Yeah.
I know.
Here.
Look at the asshole nerds.
knowing things about things.
You
How
go
dare
first,
they?
Barry.
Thank you for releasing a 4K to Breathless and making my Blu-ray completely worthless.
Oh yeah, that was the same thing for me with Don't Look Now.
Yeah.
I bought the Blu-ray right when it went out of print, and I thought, oh man, I have a rare gem. And then they re-released it recently on 4K, and I'm like, well, I guess it's just worthless now. No one gives a shit about it.
It's trash, Carlos. You just own what everybody else owns.
Yeah.
Have you seen Badlands yet, Carlos? Have you seen Badlands
Yeah.
yet?
Funny
Have
story.
you?
Charlotte gave that to me as a gift, and I still haven't seen it.
Oh yeah,
my
Charlotte doesn't like this movie, but I think it's a great film. Like I said, I just love road.
I mean, it's
movies.
Terrence Malick, and that was one of his earlier works, right? So,
Yeah, it's very different to like Tree of Life.
I
and
figured.
I'm talking like
Vastly.
astronomically different.
yeah.
So don't even expect that.
I'm not. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll just pick a spot, and hopefully they don't fall. Malcolm X. That's
Yep.
a strong maybe. Tokyo Story. Remember,
Strong
I'm only getting like 2 or 3. I'm not getting any
Okay.
more than that. Tokyo
That's
Story,
crazy.
strong maybe because it's a blind buy. Oh,
Yep.
Modern Times. Ugh.
I know.
kind of want to pull the trigger on this. You know, I'm just gonna get Modern Times.
Oh, there it is.
I just know I'm gonna love this movie to death.
Yeah. I mean,
High and Low, I'll put that as a strong maybe. All Heaven Allows, I'll say no to that for now.
okay.
It is a good
official.
movie though. It is a good movie.
Look at that. You're putting a right word.
I know everybody in the Discord would absolutely hate me for
I
that,
know.
but whatever. Worst
It gets
person in the
intense.
world. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say yeah on that one. It needs to happen finally.
Okay.
After Hours 4K or Triangle of Sadness
Yeah.
4K.
Oh, I forgot it's in there.
Dang. Triangle of Sadness. To me, this is a hilarious movie.
Yeah,
I know Jen didn't find it funny
Oh,
that
hey,
much.
it was funny.
She's like, it's kind of funny, not
Oh,
that funny.
God.
I just think this is just a brilliant satire for me. Like I just think it's so like cleverly done throughout the experience. I think I might pull the trigger on After Hours though because I'm wearing the Scorsese get up.
Yeah.
It just feels right. And we're having a movie night tonight for this, so it's kind of perfect time to just watch
Yeah, you guys were talking so much about it last, haul as well.
it. So.
Yeah.
So these are probably gonna be my 3 picks. Everything else is gonna have to go back, unfortunately.
Oh
No
Yeah.
Tokyo Story this time.
It's too much.
So
You're like, oh no.
my picks are After Hours, Worst Person
yeah.
of the World, and Modern Times.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
You go ahead.
Just real quick, I'd
Yeah.
like to shout out The Incredible Shrinking Man. I won't get it this haul, but I'll get it eventually. When we think of 50 science fiction films, we just think incredibly cheap and dated movie. But there's actually some great, 50 science fiction films that I think have withstood the
Yeah.
test of time. And I would say The Incredible Shrinking Man is one of those films. It honestly belongs in the vein of, it kind of feels like a Twilight Zone episode.
Oh.
Kind of like another great film in the Criterion Collection called Carnival of Souls. I feel like if you like the Twilight Zone
You
and
might-
you haven't seen The Incredible Shrinking Man, give this a chance. I don't. It does. I think it does kind of. I could group it in with that camp of it. Does
Yeah.
feel like a lengthened Twilight Zone episode.
But,
It's really good though, and some of the effects I think actually hold up pretty well for a 50 science fiction film. I can't recommend it to everybody because not everyone's into genre pieces. But if you are into genre pieces, then I definitely
Yeah.
recommend this.
I think there might be a few people out there because I know Twilight Zone was a very popular thing, so if it has that shtick vibe to it.
Well, that's what I
can
love
see it.
about the Criterion Collection. It's just there's
Yeah.
so much variety. Maybe you're just gonna gravitate towards
Mm-hmm.
the really deep, intense art house films antique Lars von Trier, Bergman, or maybe you could find a really good, very well done genre piece like The Incredible Shrinking
Yeah.
Man. I told Ryan I'm getting Hedwig. I'm sticking to my word. I'm getting Hedwig.
Yeah, I love that one. Thanks, Rye.
I definitely have to get Lost Highway. The fact I don't already own this is embarrassing.
I love David Lynch.
I was supposed to get Inland Empire too. I didn't see that here, unfortunately. I'll have to
Yeah,
get it-
all
I'll-
for you.
I'll have to get it in November, I guess.
Yeah, I bought it during the flash sale.
Yep.
Tootsie's a great film, but I'm gonna put it back
Oh.
for now. I'll get it in another sale.
It's unique.
Oh God, this is tough here.
Yeah, You got a little nice little stack there too, so it's gonna be difficult.
Just want to say, Perry, I found your favorite 4K.
Oh God.
What is it? Well, let me see it. Oh, Perry, this is your favorite, I think.
He was just talking about this earlier in the car.
He's like,
Kevin
no.
Smith is a blight on cinema. A blight, I tell you.
There's someone out there like, how dare you?
Yeah, somebody's like, Kevin Smith's my favorite filmmaker. How dare you? And I'm like, grow the fuck up.
Do it.
I actually met Kevin Smith at the airport when I used to work.
He's a very
there.
nice man.
Yeah, he's a really nice dude.
And you didn't shoot him?
No. Kevin Smith, you're out there.
Definitely getting Hedwig.
All right,
Definitely getting Lost Highway 4K. Definitely getting Thelma and Louise 4K.
Yep.
Definitely getting After Hours.
Yeah.
Definitely getting Both Revive.
Oh, I don't even know what that is. For like a whole 20 minutes talking about it.
Alright, so I think
20 minutes talking about it. Jen's like, I've never heard of that film.
I think it's just like the other day when on the Criterion podcast that we did with Jake, you and Bill both were like, I've never heard of Bigger Than Life. I'm like, I literally recommended this film in the Discord.
I was just sitting there like.
Both of them were like, I've never heard of this movie. I literally recommend it in the Discord.
Sometimes I
You
feel
just
like.
gotta understand, they're a bunch of water-headed idiots, alright?
Alright.
He's like, alright, I'll remember that next time.
Okay. So I'm torn here. Okay.
Yeah.
I think Tootsie's out of the running. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Aw.
So it's between Paris is
Tootsie.
Burning, In a Lonely Place, or Ollie Fear Eats the Soul.
Oh man.
Oh, dude. I know what my pick is, but
Oh, do you?
I'll keep it quiet. I don't want to influence you.
You know what? I'm gonna get Paris is Burning.
I was gonna say. I was
Only
like.
Fear Eats the Soul. I might actually pick that up.
Oh,
Oh.
nice.
I know I said I was only gonna
You've
get
just been hiding there.
3, but I really do like Ollie Fear Eats the Soul.
Oh.
Nice.
Wait.
24. I'm trying to add up how much it actually is. No, I probably
Yeah.
shouldn't.
I just need more documentaries, and this is one of my favorite
Yeah.
documentaries. I have to get this.
Oh, that's so neat. No, Blair's like, yes.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get Ollie Fear Eats
Okay.
the Soul.
Which it is, huh?
Huh?
You fear the what's?
Ollie.
souls?
Ollie, Fear Eats the Soul.
Oh.
Yeah. Again, it's like it's like All That Heaven Allows with the whole age gap romance thing.
Oh, yes, yes.
But again, it's a very racially driven movie where it explores a lot of the racial tension in Germany at the time, and how even though systemically racism in terms of Nazism wasn't, it was abolished at the time, still a lot of the racist ideology was still embedded in their culture, and this film kind of demonstrates that, explores that in a way. It's really
Okay.
good. So.
Thank you.
Bill's gonna be mad at me because I didn't blind buy War and Peace, and I'm putting back In a Lonely Place. He's gonna hate my guts after this video. Yeah.
All right.
Let me put in these back, and
Yep. No, we're gonna
That's
toss them
all.
everywhere.
Okay.
Oh, that's your pile,
Yep.
Perry. Oh my gosh. Are you
You got
sure?
some
Yeah.
big booklets, man.
Oh, is that what it
They're all
is?
4K.
yeah, these 3 are 4Ks.
Oh my
nice.
gosh.
So
Oh.
3 4Ks. Ooh.
Yeah. Are you sure you want to do that? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking oh, maybe I can
gonna-
get 6, and I'm like, oh, maybe not. I might have to whittle it down to
Yes.
5.
Yes.
Take its time if you have to.
Yeah.
Personally, I love Thelma and Louise, and it's I want to pick up the 4K.
Yeah.
It just dropped. It's exciting to get the
Yeah.
4K when it just comes out. But
Who
honestly,
wouldn't?
personally, I prefer In a Lonely Place.
Oh,
Oh.
do you want Ollie Fear's Soul back? I get
Yeah.
this-
No, it's okay.
No,
No.
seriously, if you want it,
Come
for
on.
this one, you should get this one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
It'd be good for me because I'll be spending less money and I have a reason to not get another one.
Help
is
him
an
not
option
do
for
that.
you now that you put in that back, it's an option for you. So.
Well, just feel free to get less. It's always an okay thing, you know?
Yep.
You know what? Fuck it.
Oh no.
I'm gonna get Thelma and Louise. I'm gonna get Lost Highway 4K.
Oh,
I'm getting
God.
Hedwig. I'm getting After Hour. Getting Both Revive. Paris is Burning.
Dang.
Oh.
So that means I get to still have Ollie Fear Eats the Soul.
Yes.
Hey. Well, thanks for giving me your scraps, bro.
Oh.
I would
Like
have
true
definitely
Criterion.
got this if the disc wasn't loose.
Shake, shake. Oh yeah, something's happening in there.
It doesn't
It's
sound
not loose anymore.
It doesn't sound. I'm just gonna put it back. I'm already.
I'm not gonna
It's
complicate
sus.
my situation
Yeah.
anymore. All right. that's our
Okay.
haul.
Look at that.
There we go.
It's awesome.
That was really awesome haul, dude.
Look at Perry's there's a good stack there.
Oh yeah.
So many masterpieces, man.
Do I
And
have
Carlos.
a masterpiece in my hand?
How
wouldn't-
dare you,
This
sir.
is probably a masterpiece. I haven't seen it,
Oh.
but this is probably the masterpiece.
Sir, you picked up the wrong film.
Oh.
Ollie Fear Eats a Soul. Now that's the masterpiece. in your hand.
Oh.
I think it's a great movie. But I wouldn't say it's a masterpiece.
I personally prefer it over Modern Times, but again, they're very different movies.
Y'all
There
be
you
the
have it.
judge.
The cinema savant has spoken.
Hey, the Cinema Savant is dead.
Y'all heard it.
It's Pear Bear now.
That's cute.
All right, let's
right.
wrap this video
All
up.
right. Thank you everybody for watching. It's been an
Yeah.
awesome haul. Been a great season. I know not a lot of videos came out, but I appreciate you joining us.
Yeah.
And yeah, also I have a film festival, so if you have a film out there you want to submit, the link will be in the
Yeah.
description box below. And yeah, we just put out a podcast on our Dream Criterion, so please check that out as well. And feel free to join the Discord for $5 a month. It's a blast. That's about it. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a great Criterion last final day.
Yay.